Hey, Mexipina, welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Marie Seaside, welcome in. Trying to figure out which prize should we go for. Let's do the Heart Puffs. Do 50 of those. Heart Puffs always remind me of Cheetos. Cheeto Puffs. Una Shanley, welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. It's Monday night. I hope everybody had a good Monday beginning to your week. We'll begin in a couple of minutes. We're just waiting for 10 minutes after the hour or 20 people. We fell short of our goal a little for the East Coast feed. So we're going to kick it into gear. They started out strong, but fell by the wayside. Corey, welcome back. Kristen Stevens, welcome in. We'll begin in a couple of minutes. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Thank you so much for the repost, Corey. I really appreciate it. Welcome in, everybody. We'll begin in about 4 minutes. We got some really good titles tonight. The library by my house did they either restocked or reorganized their books. Came out, got some really good ones. I'm really excited about. We'll begin in a couple of minutes, everybody. We're just waiting for the Christina, welcome back. Trying to get comfortable here on this on this sofa bed. Or this little stool sofa bed. We'll begin in a moment. We're just waiting for 10 minutes after the hour or 20 people. We're burning a lavender candle tonight. Does this have a crack in it? Oh, it does. Aww. Yeah, it's cracked. We're gonna have to get a new one. We can't have a cracked one because you need to go to bed. I have to be up early for the bus. Oh, what do you have going on tomorrow, Christina? Mindy, welcome in. Georgia Peach, welcome back. We have to get a new one because I remember I had a chipped cup that I... Oh, you have to volunteer? Oh, okay. Stacy, good evening. Hey, McCade, welcome in. Those of you on YouTube. I remember I had a chipped cup on the rim that I really liked, and I kept it. Well, one day I went in to clean it, and I was aggressively cleaning it, and I held the base here, and I had the sponge, and I was going in like this, cleaning it, and this part scraped up against the chip and gave me a deep cut. Like, forget it, never doing that again. And that's the worst place to get a cut too, because you can't put a band-aid there because it doesn't work. John, welcome in. John, did you have school today? Yeah, Maurice side. It was weird because it was a cut, but I had to put like this bandage around it. It was like this huge bandage around my hand for just like this small little incident. Oh, you were off due to the weather. Oh, nice. Did you go to the school and find a note with the teacher saying they weren't going to be there? I always loved that. I loved when I was in the university. Oh, a liquid Band-Aid? I didn't think about that. Mandy, that's a good idea. I liked when I was in college and I used to go knock on when you go to the door and you had to. The professor wasn't there. You have to sign the thing. It's like, oh hell yeah! I have dry, itchy skin in between my fingers and I can't put on a Band-Aid. Oh yeah. Oh, they sent an email. Oh, okay. They want email. Oh, okay, that's good. That's even more convenient. At least you don't have to travel all the way to the school. Isn't that funny? Tonight, Mindy, we're drinking lavender flavored. No, we're drinking peach flavored with the lavender base. No, sorry, they sent an email. It gives it a really nice sweet taste to it. We love a good peach flavor. All right, welcome in everybody for Monday nights. I hope everybody had a good start to their week. I know some of us are in the East Coast. We're still battling the weather. John, is it snowing over there in Vermont, or what's going on? Oh, oh, Mindy, that's my favorite. I love chamomile. And John, you were the one that told me about medicine ball. I'm gonna go to Starbucks tomorrow and get a medicine ball. I haven't got a medicine ball for the summer yet, or for the winter. So, you guys like the medicine ball over at? John was the one that introduced that to me. He told me about that. Yeah. Oh, lavender chamomile tea makes me get sleepy. Yeah. Oh, that really helps, huh? Yeah, there's some really good teas that really kind of like knock me out. I would drink those type right now, but I don't want to get all sleepy on you guys. All right, so this Wednesday is Project Wednesday. You guys are going to be making a jewel encrusted heart. Mm-hmm. Yeah, drinking more sleepy time tea, Christina. True. Tomorrow, Wednesday, you're gonna get a template, a heart template, and a popsicle stick, and you guys are gonna have an opportunity to choose the color of your. Mindy, John, what's in the medicine ball again? John knows the different types of teas in it. Let's see what John has to say if he remembers. It's not on the menu, Mindy. It's one of those that you're like. The internet came up with it, but let's see if John will tell us what's on there. So you're gonna get a popsicle stick and a little heart, and then we purchased a whole bunch of rhinestones, embellishments. So I want you guys to be thinking about what colors you want to use. Do you want to go with a solid? Do you want to go with a pattern? We could probably do a pattern. Yeah, the real embellishments are key. We could do like an outline of one color with another color in between. We could do lines. We could do one solid color, one solid color. But guys, isn't that fun? We love sparkly things. Yes, Mindy, so many possibilities. We love glitter. I'm thinking too, I used marker in the back of this one, but I'm thinking we could do like a textured glitter in the back and then put, to make it even more prettier. This really cool. I could use this for like a bookmarker or something. Yeah, we do love Shrek 3. I love it. We love it. We're gonna put this up here. I'm gonna take this to work and see what the kids think or what the adults think about it. Isn't that pretty? It's just like a little heart spoon. Then we did these are the projects that we did last week. Last Wednesday, the bees. We love a good textured glitter pattern. All right, we have a lot of good titles tonight, guys. A lot of good titles. I was looking through the stacks today, and I thought I'm gonna hand pick them before we read, because there are just so many good ones. But first, we're gonna start with Little Leaders, Bold Women in Black History. We need a reminder. We're going to dedicate this to the United States of America. The United States of America needs a reminder. Big reminder. Thank you so much, Maxi Pina, for the Heart Puffs. Yes, we do have a Heart Puff goal. And then we're trying for 45K tonight. Little Leaders, Bold Women in Black History. We're going to read about Shirley Chisholm, 1924 to 2005, teacher, politician, and activist. Shirley was born in Brooklyn, New York, but spent 7 years of her childhood in Barbados with her grandmother. When she returned to the United States, she arrived with a new accent and a new sense of boldness others later described as uniquely Caribbean. In college, she became involved in politics and student organizations. She had strong opinions and a very fiery determination that made people stop and listen. Shirley worked as a teacher in Brooklyn and made a name for herself as a leader and advocate in her neighborhood. She volunteered and consulted in organizations that lifted up the community, including the Bureau of Child Welfare, the Brooklyn Home for Aged Colored People, and the local AACP. She was active in local political organizations as well, such as the Democratic Women's Workshop, the League of Women Voters, and the Bedford Stuyvesant Political League. She stood up for racial equality and welfare and confronted local politicians. Her outspokenness made her very appealing to the community and very intimidating to politicians in power. In 1964, she earned a seat in the New York State Assembly, and in 1968, she became the first Black woman elected to U.S. Congress. Oh wow, 1968. She made waves when she crossed party lines and stood up to the old leaders in her party. She was an independent thinker and was never one to stay in her own lane. In 1972, she announced her run for president, making history of the first woman and first person of color to bid for a major party nomination. Wow, interesting. She ultimately lost, but she did achieve her goal of making her party more aware of and responsive to the people. Shirley Chisholm, or could be Chisholm. A good reminder, Little Leaders, Bold Women in Black History. When you really think about it, guys, I mean, we're not even talking about race, but you think of the United States consistently has had a man as president since, what, the 1700s? Christina, I'm pretty sure they do. Oh, they don't, Mindy? A male president. We have never had a female, let alone a female of color, but we have never had a female president. Can you imagine that? The United States, we have a long way to go. Okay, let's set the timer for 1 minute. Let's tap. Yeah, time for a matriarchy. I agree. Trump loves Bubba. Yeah, we tried a patriarchy. Not working out too well. I have to be very careful with caffeine. Oh, do you, Mindy? Yeah, so do I. I'm very sensitive to it. I can't drink caffeine after 6 o'clock. Otherwise, I can't sleep. Like, literally cannot drink soda. Like, a sip of soda. Because then I won't be able to fall asleep. I totally get that. All right, let's set the timer for 1 minute. Tap away. We want to get to 45K. Yesterday, the East Coast, you guys only got to 20K yesterday. And the West Coast got us, or the East Coast won. The East Coast, caffeine does nothing to me. No, Christina, you're lucky. The East Coast started out really strong. We were already at 20K before the end of the first book, but then they fell off the ladder. They didn't get us to 40K. So we're gonna have to try. Let's tap. Remember that tapping gets us on the For You page, and especially with these murky waters right now, especially with TikTok being purchased by another company, they're messing with the algorithm. So we got to make sure that we are out there and. Oh no, that's fine. Mindy, that's even better. You can go to sleep. I love that. All right, really good titles tonight. We're gonna start with an Etrog from across the sea. I don't know if this is a person's name or if it's a thing. If somebody can look on the internet, an Etrog from across the sea. I don't know what an Etrog is. Maybe it's a character's name. But I saw this one in the library and I thought this is going to be a really good one. 2024 is when it was published. July 1726. To my beloved wife and my dear children, Leah and Aaron, we have been blessed with calm seas across the Atlantic. So far, we have avoided pirates, and I have met many trading partners here in the Mediterranean. So here's a little letter, July 1729. Some sailors. Everything's fine on the sea. I write this letter from the island of Corsica off the coast of France. You will not believe what I found here. Citron trees. The succut fruit that we call the etrog. Oh, okay. The succut fruit that we call the etrog. The farmers here grow the most spectacular etrogs in their orchards. Oh, etrog is a citrus fruit, apparently. Oh, okay, thank you very much, Kristen Sievers, for that. Yeah, I've never heard of it either. I mean, an etrog. So they found them off the island of Corsica, off the coast of France. Citron trees. So maybe close to lemons, citrus. Still, I yearn for our cozy homestead in the woods. My ship will reach New York in time for Rosh Hashanah, and I will bring the finest etrog from Corsica with me. We will celebrate the new year and suck it together. Please come to the city, stay with Grandpapa Luis, and meet me at the port. With much love, your devoted Judah. Papa. Okay, so it looks like this story is based off of letters of a man who's traveling. And there's his little cozy home. He's got this really nice big fireplace with this mantle. And he misses being at home. Have a good night, Christina. Be safe. Clip, clop, clip, clop. The day before Rosh Hashanah, Leah sat in the stagecoach, listening to the rhythm of the horses' steps. She, Aaron, and Amama had woken before dawn to travel from their homestead to the city. Soon they would reach New York. Soon they would see Papa after 6 long months. Grandpapa Luis met them at his fine house. Together the family went to the docks to wait for Papa's ship. Yeah, we love a good fireplace, especially with a nice mantle on it. So here's the little city where they lived in. You could see they've created like the little pathway of where they walked. Cute little homes, cottages, horse carriages. Hey, Barbara, welcome in. Barbara, we go Sunday through Wednesday. We start, if you're on the East Coast, we start at 10. If you're on the West Coast, this is the West Coast feed, which is 9 o'clock, which would be 12 o'clock if you're on the East Coast. But we call this the West Coast feed because It's 9 o'clock here on the West Coast. And then on Wednesdays, we read one book. I have one of those wall electric fireplace pit. Oh, do you, Mindy? I love those. I would love to get one of those, like little potbelly stoves. On Wednesdays, we do Project Wednesday. We read one book and then we do a craft. This Wednesday, we're going to be making our jewel encrusted hearts. We made Valentine's Day bees last week. But Papa did not come. What if something happened to him? Asked Leia. A storm, an accident, pirates? Nothing has happened to him, snapped Aaron. His ship's been delayed. That's all. So Papa hasn't come back yet. Papa did not come. Maybe he's lost in the seas. And there you have Leia and Aaron. I'm really loving these illustrations. Leia and Aaron went to the docks every day, but the new year passed and then Yom Kippur, and Papa did not arrive. Imagine not having any access to like phones, letters. You're just kind of waiting. The day after Yom Kippur, Mama said, "I wish we could wait longer. But somebody needs to take care of the mill and the trading post. Papa would want us to go home. If Papa arrives, Grandpapa will tell him where we are," said Leia. When Papa arrives, corrected Aaron. Okay, so they can't wait anymore. They have to go home because they've got responsibilities at home. That's gotta be difficult. Before they left the city, Grandpapa Louis said, "Leia, I want you to have something." He held out the delicate silver cup that he'd brought from England years ago. It had been made to store mustard, but Grandpapa Louis used it as an egg trog holder on sukkot. Sukkot. Can somebody look up this word here for us? Sukkot, sukkot. I don't know if it's sukkot or sukkot or... So an egg trog holder on sukkot. This book, thank you so much, Ricky, for the follow. This book is giving us some really good vocabulary. "Keep this safe for me," Grandpapa Louis told Leia. "Your papa will return home soon, and he will bring you an egg trog from across the sea to put in his cup." So they're really determined about this egg trog. They know it's coming. Look at how pretty these designs are here on the outside. The little leaves with the boats. Very seaside descriptions. Clip clop, clip clop. On the way home, Leia took out the delicate silver cup from her satchel and twirled it in her hand. Mama gasped, "Why do you have Grandpapa's Louis' cup? Did you steal it from his cupboard?" said Aaron. "Grandpapa gave it to me." "Why did he give it to you and not me?" said Aaron. So on the way home, they're in their carriage. She takes it out, starts twirling it. And the mom's like, "Why do you have that?" Just then, the stagecoach jerked. The cup flew out of Leia's hands and rolled under the seat. Aaron grabbed it and held it high out of Leia's reach. Well, that wasn't very nice of him to do that. "Stop it, children," said Mama. "Yom Kippur has only just ended, and your papa may be lost at sea. Must you argue?" Leia sighed. "I'm sorry, Mama, but I promised Grandpapa that I'd keep the cup safe until Papa comes home with an egg trog to put in it." Mama looked out the window, but Leia saw the tears in her eyes. Aww. Thank you so much, Mindy. So Yom Kippur is just passed, and Mom's like, "Guys, get a grip." Yom Kippur just passed, and Mom, she's kind of frustrated, but then she starts crying because she's not sure if her husband's coming back. The stagecoach stopped, letting them off at the homestead. It was not as fine as Grandpapa Luis's city house, but Leia loved it. She could walk in the forest and swim in the creek. Lenape and Mohican traders visited often with furs to sell, and they taught her and Aaron where to fish. Lenape and Mohican traders, probably Indians. I wish we'd stayed in the city at least until Sukkot, said Aaron. Sukkot is much better here, said Leia. I didn't want to eat in the sukkah right next to Grandpapa's stinky outhouse and stable. She missed Papa very much. A lot going on here. So they get home. They get to where they need to go. The homestead. She could walk in the forest and in the creek. So there's the little homestead, a little cottage there with a thatched roof and a red door. Let me see if this has a glossary in the back. Sometimes it does. No, it doesn't. They need to help us out with some of these words. For the next week, Leia kept herself busy preparing for Sukkot and tried not to think too much about Papa. She walked in the woods to collect willow branches for the lulav. When she heard birds sing, she remembered Papa's gentle voice. Would he be home to sing the kiddush over the wine and the sukkah? Papa, where are you? Leia said to the wind. How will we be able to build the sukkah without Papa? Leia asked. Don't worry, said Aaron. I'll build it. But you can't do it alone. You'll need help, said Leia. I miss creeks. I used to play in them as a kid. Oh, did you, Georgia Peach? That must have been so refreshing too. Again, these illustrations are really good. Please. Together, Mama, Aaron, and Leia built the sukkah. Oh, I guess we're going to find out what the sukkah is. So this is the sukkah. Collect tadpoles. Oh, Sukkot is the Feast of Tabernacles, a week-long Jewish holiday. Oh, thank you so much for that, Tina Belcher. I appreciate that. Sukkot is the Feast of Tabernacles. Oh, okay, so it looks like they're building a tabernacle here. Leia put Grandpapa Luis's cup and her handmade lulav on a small table. The table looked incomplete without an etrog, and the family felt incomplete without Papa. Yeah, a week long. And when, Tina, when does that happen, the Feast of Tabernacles? If you don't mind. On the first evening of Sukkot, the family gathered in the sukkah. Just as Mama prepared to light the holiday candles, Leia heard a voice. Clip, clop, a stagecoach. Leia ran from the sukkah and jumped into Papa's arms. I'm sorry to be so late, said Papa. We had to dock in Nova Scotia for repairs, but I'm here for Sukkot, and I brought an etrog from Corsica, just as I promised. Yay! Dad made it home. Dad is home. Yeah, Dad is home. Just in time for the Sukkot. The etrog was bright yellow like the sun. Leia smelled its sweet scent and felt its finely textured skin. It's the most perfect etrog I've ever seen, she whispered, placing it in Grandpapa's Luis's cup. And tonight begins the most perfect Sukkot, said Papa. and she got it right. Oh, Tina, it will be September 25th to October 2nd. Oh, okay, that's good to know. The lack of quick communication they had? Yes. Georgia Peach, exactly. And for once, Leia and Aaron agreed. I give this book a 10. I give this book a 10. It's not very strong, but I appreciate the fact that there was, yeah, a letter would take 3 months. I appreciate the fact that we got to learn about a sukkot and an eggtrog, and then the pictures are beautiful. There's an author's note on here. It says, in 1702, the Sephardic Jewish merchant and trader Luis Moises Gomez sailed from England to North America. He settled in New York, a British colony at the time. Queen Anne of Britain granted Luis a very unusual favor: the right to conduct business and own property in the British colonies without vowing allegiance to the Church of England. With those extended rights, Gomez prospered in New York. He became a wealthy businessman and helped establish the first synagogue in North America. He and his wife, Esther Marquez, had 6 sons who all became merchants. He and his sons built a one-time outpost north of New York City, on a site where several indigenous trading trails intersected. They built a thriving business trading in lumber, stone, and fur, in part with the labor of enslaved African Americans. It says, in An Eggtrog from Across the Sea, the character of Grandpa Luis is based upon Luis Moises Gomez. Leah and Aaron are their parents. Hannah and Judah are fictional, inspired by Luis and Esther Gomez's children and grandchildren. The Gomez family used an ornate silver mustard cup from England as their etrog holder. The cup is now part of the collection of the American Jewish Historical Society. The family's mill house is in Marlborough, New York. It is now a museum. Very interesting. This is a good historical piece. A good historical piece. This is a good one. I give it a 10. I give it a 10 for historical and for the pictures. Okay, in the comment section, let's see what everybody's thinking. Oh my gosh, these books. They're driving me crazy. All right, and let's set the timer for 1 minute. Set the timer for 1 minute. Tap, tap, tap. Our goal tonight is going to be 45K. We started out with Little Leaders, Bold Women in Black History, 1. And then an etrog from Across the Sea, 2. I'm going to go with this one. I really like this one. Again, kind of a weak story, but the illustrations and the story really made up for it. All right, let's see what else we have in the stacks. Guys, we're going to do one that I looked through. I looked through this one and I thought it was interesting because the topic of it. And I thought, well, this is an interesting one for kids. It's called Fred Gets Dressed. And our little character there, you're either going to like this one or you're going to hate it. Fred Gets Dressed. We love a good mustard end page. Fred is naked. Guys, but look at these illustrations though. Aren't these some great colors? So there's mom and dad. They're just kicking it right there on the sofa. They love their plants. They love their flora and fauna, and their little kid Fred is naked, just running around without any clothes on. He romps through the house, naked and wild and free. I wouldn't be able to read this to first or second graders because they would not be able to hold it together. They would just laugh and laugh and laugh. He romps around his bedroom and across the hall. He's just as free as can be. And into mom and dad's bedroom. Again, great illustrations. I really love these colors, these pops of pink that you see, and these little reds. Fred might never get dressed. But what's this? Fred has stopped romping. He peeks into Mom and Dad's closet and he walks through the door. His little butt. Fred looks at Dad's side of the closet. So here's Dad's suits, his ties, his clothes. He thinks about the way Dad dresses. Look at his dad. Dad's in a suit, casual, comfortable clothes. It might be fun to dress like Dad, so Fred carefully picks out a shirt and a tie and a pair of shoes. But he has trouble putting them on. So this is the outfit from Dad's side of the closet. Puts on the shirt, puts on the shoes, puts on the tie. A little bit too big. Fred looks at Mom's side of the closet. He thinks about the way Mom dresses. Notice how Mom has more outfits. Dad only has the basics. 4. But look at how many choices Mom has. Again, I love these colors that they use here. These pastel colors. It might be fun to dress like Mom. So Fred carefully picks out a blouse and a scarf and a pair of shoes. He has no trouble putting them on, but he is not finished yet. So he sees his mom's side of the closet. He really likes her clothes. Look at him. Isn't it cute? He walks out of the closet and over to Mom's table. The shoes he's wearing are big and wobbly, so he has to go slow. So he liked that outfit. He's gonna walk out with it. He's got those high heels on. He's walking around. Fred picks through Mom's jewelry box and makeup drawer. I love this. This is very sweet. He thinks about Mom's different styles. I always remember when, as a kid, I used to love watching my mom put on makeup. There's just something soothing about it. So, this is my own internal, I guess it's my own, yeah, it's a very sweet book. This is my own internal phobia, like exposing kids to things. I'm always a little leery about sometimes what I read. But we shouldn't, or at least I'm going to speak for myself. It shouldn't be embarrassing we shouldn't shame women and say that their dress shouldn't be interesting or inspiring for little boys. Just like we don't think of a little girl who dresses like her dad would be a big deal, but I think this is my own internal bias, but it shouldn't be an issue. Fred knows what to do with jewelry, but what are these things for? So he's got some pearls, and then he sees the makeup. It's such a cute color, that pink. Uh-oh. Before Fred can clean his face, Mom and Dad come stomping into the room. So he puts some lipstick on his face. And then he hears Mom and Dad coming. We love when there's no text and you just get the picture. You have to figure it out. So there's Mom and Dad. They confront him. They see him. No words. This is a very cute book. Aww. How affirming. They have a big smile on their face. Yeah, can we say busted? Mom picks out different cases and tubes and brushes. Aww. She starts wiping the makeup off. Dad's mustache, I know, huh? She begins doing her makeup and her hair. Fred watches closely and follows along. Aw. I love it. The whole family joins the fun. Aw, the dog. The little earring. The dog gets a bow in the back. A little barrette. Dad even puts on some necklaces. Gets his toes painted. Dad puts on mom's glasses. Yeah, his little mustache looks like an upside down comb. And then mom puts on some of her rings. Now Fred is dressed. Look at the family. Yeah, the bow on the tail. Even the dog took part in it. It's such a funny story. Well, mostly dressed. He doesn't have any underwear on. That's a really cute book. Fred Gets Dressed. I love it. When was this published? It was published 2021. Definitely a 10, I agree. Fred Gets Dressed. I thought this was so cute. I wasn't sure how everybody would take it though. Okay, in the comment section, let's see what everybody is thinking. We started with Little Leaders, Bold Women in Black History. 1. Seaside, I appreciate that. An Eggtrog from Across the Sea. 1. And then Fred Gets Dressed. I'm going to go with Fred Gets Dressed. This is a really cute one. Yeah, I hope you guys feel that. Mexipina 10. Marie Seaside 10. It's the books. The books really bring out. I love the pictures. I love the colors. John too. Makes me happy. All right, let's set the timer for 1 minute. Angel 10. 2, give it a 10. Yeah, that was a good one. 1 minute, let's tap, tap, tap. Oh, you guys are almost there towards your goal. Excellent job, guys. All right. Let's do some feel-good books. This one's going to be a good one. We need a big hug. As a nation, we need a big hug. Our country's going through it right now. Yeah, we are getting to that goal. Hugs still feel the same. As a matter of fact, everybody give yourself a big hug. Because this country right now, we're safe in our little corner of the internet right now, reading children's books, safe in our room, safe in our own space where we can enjoy. Maybe yeah. I'm a hugger. I love it. We just need it. A self hug. Going to hell and Ann. That's to get right for your feet. Every day, it's something new. Pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter. Wind lashes the rain against my window. I pull my teddy bear close. Isn't that a great picture? You guys are getting really good illustrations tonight. Really good illustrations. Isn't that pretty? It's like a soft filter over the picture. Clouds hide the morning sun and paint the outside gray. It feels so long since we had a sunny day. I hug my mama good morning. Morning hugs still feel the same. So it's rainy outside. Clouds hide the morning sun and paint the outside gray. It feels so long since we had a sunny day. I hug my mama and good morning. Morning hugs still feel the same. I like this contrast of this yellow and this gray. Breakfast fills my tummy with where the jitters sat before. I race to catch the bus and it really starts to pour. The yard's gone soggy, my driveway's boggy, but goodbye hugs still feel the same. So Dad's gotta walk her through the rain. But hugs still feel the same. Chitter chatter, chitter chatter, chitter chatter. The rat-a-tat of the rain on the bus roof makes it harder to hear. We bump along the puddling roads, pretending it's a game. There she is with her friend. School's a little different. There are lots of kids away. The rain doesn't take a break, so we can't go out to play. Rainy day schedule. Board games with my best friend make lunch a bit more fun. Best friend's hug still feels the same. That's cute. Soccer's canceled after school. The fields are all too wet. We snuggle on the couch instead. Movie hugs still feel the same. So it's a cozy night. Extracurricular activities are canceled, so we're gonna stay home. We'll be okay, I say to Teddy as I'm tucked tight into bed. I squeeze and squish him and whisper, hugs still feel the same. I love this glow of these colors here. These like blues, oranges, and yellows, and it's got like this little tinge of glow on it. Clunk, clatter, clunk, clatter, clunk, clatter. Noises in the pitch black night make my heart race. The water's rising higher. Now we're lifting our things. We'll be fine. It will be okay. Mama's hugs still feel the same. Oh no, they're getting flooded out. The water's rising higher and we're lifting our things. I'm trying to be brave, but there's a flutter in my chest. Dad tells me he'll protect me. Daddy's hugs still feel the same. Oh, she's a little worried. The river's at our doorstep. Our street is now a lake. It's the middle of the night, but the whole town is awake. We need to go, my parents whisper. Take your favorite toy. Oh no. The floodwaters are rising. They gotta go. The people in the boat. Slosh, slosh, slosh. The boat rides rough and wobbly. Only torches light our way. Cranky clouds still hog the sky and hide the stars away. Mama and Daddy hold me from either side. I hold on tight to Teddy. Family hugs still feel the same. So they had to get on a little boat. They had to get on a little boat because it's getting super flooded. Let me get a drink of tea, guys. The roads are underwater. We float across the top. We met where the water ends. So many people have come to help. A stranger's arms embrace us. Mama's hugs are back. I know she felt it too. That hugs still feel the same. So they were rescued. They were put in a good place. They're meeting all the other neighbors. Everybody's happy. Everybody's healthy. Neighbors fill the hall and kids I know from school. I spot Grandma. She's safe and warm. She pulls me close. Grandma hugs still feel the same. Aw. Grammy, she's doing good. She's safe and warm. We're passing out all the hot chocolate. The family's coming. The water keeps getting higher. It's washed away our home. It's taken all my books and toys, all the things I've ever known. The world has changed so quickly, no home is left untouched. Most things are different now, but one thing hasn't changed. Interesting. Flood waters took away. We've never read a book online about a flood before. It's interesting. Never thought about it. Hugs still feel the same. That's a great way to end it. It says, when a little girl and her family are evacuated from their home during a severe flood, it feels like life has been turned upside down. It says, a big-hearted reminder that even when life feels scary and unknown, it's always possible to find comfort if we know where to look. Preach. Yes, with the rainbow at the end. Hugs still feel the same. This is a good one. This is a good one. You guys are getting really good titles tonight. Lots of learning. Lots of reflecting. Mindy 10. We started with Little Leaders, Bold Women in Black History. Reflecting. An etrog from across the sea. Learning. Fred gets dressed. Humorous. And then hugs still feel the same. Reflective. I'm going to go with the last two. Fred gets dressed and then hugs still feel the same. I really like this one. All right, in the comment section, let's see what everybody is thinking. Which one is your favorite? We're going to set the timer for 1 minute. Guys, you've surpassed the goal. Excellent job, guys. Keep tapping away. We have time for one more good title. I'm a little torn as to which one I want to read next. We're going to save this one for tomorrow. I picked one that we've read previously. Fred Gets Dressed is your favorite. Angel? Amber, you just see Fred? Yeah, that was a cute one, huh? Thank you so much, Reality Sir, for the follow. We've read this one before, Clara and the Birds. We were going through this, I think it was last year sometime. We were going through this period where we're getting these female characters, quirky characters in children's literature. And we used to say iconic women in children's literature. This was one of them. This is a really good one. Clara and the Birds. Iconic women in children's literature. We love a good end page. We love a good end page. This one was 2024. For as long as she can remember, Clara has been fascinated by birds. For as long as she can remember, Clara has been fascinated by birds. She loves to watch as they dip and dive, soar and glide in endless spaces. The problem is she only ever catches a quick glimpse before they're off, out of sight. So Clara, she loves birds. Georgia Peach, I love brown birds and crows. Yeah, crows are very magical. It's only ever happened once that a bird sat next to Clara. And when it did, her body fizzed with a quiet joy. Oh, I really like that description. It only ever happened once that a bird sat next to Clara. And when it did, her body fizzed with quiet joy. I like how she's just relaxing there on the branch, huh? My friend has a fear of birds except for flamingos. Stacy, that's funny. We love a good flamingo. I love this art here. Just these little patters of paint on the trees. But the moment was over too soon, and with a swish of feathers, the bird was gone. So the one bird that sat next to Clara, she got to enjoy it for a moment, but then it was time for the bird to move on. It left a little feather. I'm terrified of pelicans. Oh, really? Yeah, you live by where there would be some, huh? I was meant to be a bird, Clara thinks to herself. Birds don't ask questions or frown when I don't answer them. Despite often choosing to play alone. So Clara, she likes to be by herself. She's entertained by her own company. And there she is, looking at some books in the library. Despite often choosing to play alone, Clara knows that it's not always enough. This is a really interesting scene. So you got some kids here playing jump rope, ball. Two twins here, two kids here playing marbles. And there's Clara. She's hiding behind the tree. She's a little shy. Sometimes she really wants to join in, but she can't find her voice. Oh, Clara is just shy, she hears everyone say. Clara, she's a little awkward. Has anyone seen a pic of the bird called the Bill something bird? Huge and loud. I haven't, Georgia Peach. Bird called the Bill something bird. I haven't. So there's Clara. She's trying to make friends. They think she's shy though. At bedtime, Clara's heart is heavy. She pictures the children laughing and playing together. Aw. There's little Clara in her bed thinking, we love a good moon in children's literature. Half asleep, she thinks, everyone says I am shy, so it must be true. Everyone says I'm shy, so it must be true. I really love, what I love about these illustrations are these lines. Very simple, but they draw a complete character. A little puff of paint there, the little eye. Very simple. That night, Clara dreams she is trapped. When she calls for help, no sound comes out. She feels scared and alone. The next day, Clara decides to visit her favorite forest. Standing among the trees makes her feel good, and she might even spot some birds. So she had a bad night, bad dream. So she gets up early in the morning. She goes to visit her favorite forest. She's gonna go look for some birds. There are always new things to discover. Beautiful leaves fallen from trees, colorful bugs to meet, and old gnarly roots that look like octopus tentacles. Beautiful leaves, colorful bugs, octopus tendrils. She's a full person on her own. She doesn't really need people. Leaning amongst an enormous tree trunk, Clara can feel its strength. She knows it will carry her without fail. The bark is rough with deep grooves, home to many creatures, a tiny world of its own. We all need people, but we all need to be able to enjoy our own company. It's really important. Clara hasn't spotted a single bird, but when she closes her eyes and listens, a faint sound catches her attention. the little rabbit in the trees. It's like we're getting this perspective, like she's lying on the ground looking up. The sound leads her deeper into the forest. She keeps going until she finds. I love how they use this blue shading here with these dark trees. A little bird trapped, scared, and alone. Aww. Clara to the rescue. Look at the little bird. The little bird got tied up in some string. The little legs. Clara is also scared, but she knows it's up to her to save it. She begins to gently loosen the knot. Slowly but surely, the bird is released, uninjured. Aww. Instead of flying away and hiding, the bird nestles into Clara's hands. People say birds are shy. They say that about me too, but you're not shy around me, and I'm not shy around you. Hey Mia, welcome in. She finds a little friend. They sit together in the warmth of the sun. It's time for you to go back to your family. As the bird flies high, it sings out a joyous song. Clara feels happy and free. Goodbye, have a safe journey. Aw, she lets the little bird go. Starlight Galaxy, thank you so much for the follow. Lori, welcome in. Full of pride and joy, Clara didn't notice all the other birds following her. So now she has an entourage of birds following her. From that day in the forest, Clara feels different. The birds no longer seem to hide from her. Oh, they see that she rescued that little bird, so now they all want to be friends with her. Little butterflies. Very gentle. The illustrations of this very gentle. Clara knows that she is never alone, even if she is still shy at times. I can't wait to get a bird buddy. Oh, a smart bird feeder. Oh, Mia Lorenz, how fun. And she can also be brave, sociable, and curious, too. She can be all the things at once. Much like the birds. She invites her little friend over and all the little birds are there. A little bird nest with some eggs. The end. Clara and the Birds. I love this book. I'm surprised I haven't got it. Mia Lorenz, yeah, I love this book, Clara and the Birds. I love that this character is drawn. She's shy, but she enjoys her own company because she has a hobby. She loves trees, the forest, birds. When she doesn't have friends, she goes out on her own and entertains herself. And then she makes friends in the end. It's a good book. Deep. Okay, you guys got really good titles tonight, but you guys paid for it because you guys tapped 52,000 likes. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. We started with Little Leaders, Bold Women in Black History, and Eggtrog from Across the Sea. That was a good one. Fred Gets Dressed. This one's cute. Hugs Still Feel the Same. And then Clara and the Birds. I'm going to go with Clara and the Birds and Fred Gets Dressed. That's really cute. In the comment section, let's see what everybody's thinking. In the comment section, let's see what y'all are thinking. I think a lot of you are asleep. But that's good. That's the whole point of the live. To calm everybody down and to enough that they fall asleep. Mila runs Clara and the Birds. Yeah, that's a good one. I agree. Okay, friends, remember that this Wednesday is Project Wednesday. We're going to be making, for those of you who are joining us late, we're going to be making jewel encrusted hearts. Isn't that fun? Thank you so much, Maurice-san. We're going to be making jewel encrusted hearts. So I want you to be thinking in the next couple of days, what patterns you want to use for the East Coast? For the West Coast, I'm sorry. We could do something like that, or if you want to do like one solid color, we have loads of jewels for our jewel encrusted art project. Alrighty, friends, thank you so much for the 53,000 likes. Always appreciate your company. Thank you for the taps. Thank you for the conversation. I hope everybody has a good Monday night and Tuesday, and we'll be back tomorrow again. We start 10 o'clock on the East Coast. If you're on the East Coast, we start at 10. If you're on the West Coast, we start at 9. Everybody have yourselves a good night, and we will see you tomorrow.